Today's layout will be made using the new Irresistibles from the brand new core catalog. You can see here we have alphabet and then 12 by 12 patterns. Now the thing about Irresistibles is you can see here the different patterns and that gloss that you see once you ink over those patterns, the ink does not stick to the glossy part. And I will also be using the Fabulous Special. You can see it is highly I guess Halloween themed, but I am going to be using it for a non-Halloween photo of my husband here as we were having coffee one evening. And I just love how the colors of the Fabulous play along really well with that photo. So I'm going to be starting with a 12 by 12 sheet of White Daisy cardstock and just one of the new stamp sets, but I'm going to actually be using the back side. You guys have been seeing me do this for years, and I really just want a good circle. So all I did was grab the stamp set. I'm going to be using paprika ink, and I'm just going to stamp 9 circles in the middle of this White Daisy cardstock. I'm going to finish off these circles, bring that photo back in to make sure that I can still see the circles. Looks good. And now I'm going to use the ink to the block splatter. So all you do is turn your acrylic block over onto your ink pad and get a water brush and splatter that around. Now here is the star of the show, which is the Irresistibles. Now again, you saw the different patterns. I am using this floral pattern and then just using some ink to ink up over that pattern. And you can see what I was talking about. The glossy floral pattern, the ink does not stick to it. The color I'm using is Sage, and I find that if you use these blending brushes, the ink just really gets on there a little bit better and a little more even than any of the sponge tools that you might have on hand. So I'm going to finish inking that up, and then I am going to bring out the pieces to my layout. Cleaning up my glass mat real quick, that doesn't take very long. And as far as these pieces, you can see I have chosen some non-Halloween patterns. I love that black and white polka dot, and then that peach and papaya diagonal stripe. And I'm going to be tearing. Now the thing about tearing is, see how the white core shows through? If you don't want the white core, which I do not, I am tearing the largest piece toward me, and that is the piece I will be keeping. So I'm going to have the diagonal stripe and the polka dot on the top and the bottom. The top pieces will be a little bit larger than the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and tear this last diagonal piece, and then I'm going to bring in that Irresistible piece. Now, because I'm going to have to tear 2 pieces, so I will not have white show, I kind of started in the middle and then just tore those. Now, I'm going to bring in that White Daisy piece. You can see off camera, I did just add some block ink to that, and all I did was just drop my block into my ink pad and then kind of added some of those around those circles. So right here I am just adding those polka dots to that diagonal pattern and then trying to decide how much of that Irresistible pattern paper I want to show. So I've decided I want to probably adhere this down about 1 inch from the top. And then that's going to allow me to adhere the other pieces, and then I'll just trim off the excess. So another pattern piece to this Fabulous collection are all these frames and such. And you can see, again, heavily Halloween themed, but I'm going to show you how to use these in a non-Halloween way. So I am going to fussy cut these off camera, and then I will be able to tuck those in behind the photo and then use those as embellishments. As far as this sticker sheet goes, there are definitely some that I want to use, including this title. Now, of course, I don't want Halloween, so I'm just cutting that so it just reads cutie. And then I'm just going to use my non-stick micro tip scissors to kind of even out those edges so it doesn't look so rough. I am going to take the sticky off using my anti-static pouch. Right now, I'm going to just put that over to the left of that photo. There was a restaurant sign on there that I definitely want to hide. Here is where just using these frames and cutting them really comes in handy. Now, I do have my photo popped up onto my layout using 3D foam, which is what is allowing me to just take these frames and tuck underneath the photo. Now, as far as the title, I am going to double up on my 3D foam just because that photo is on 3D foam. So that title also has to kind of have double foam, if that makes sense. So I'm going to peel off the backing there and then go ahead and add some additional foam right on top of that. I love that option on 3D foam. You can make it as thick or thin as you want. And then I am going to go ahead and place that there and start gluing some things down. Now, there is this journaling spot from the sticker sheet I really want to use. There's not a whole lot of journaling on this layout. You know, it's just an everyday event. I believe it was in the middle of the week, and we decided to just go get some coffee. And believe it or not, in Texas, it wasn't actually that hot. It was about 9:30 at night, and so we could just sit outside. And again, it's not a whole lot of journaling that's needed. So I'm just picking up these pieces with my tweezers so they can stay all together and just applying liquid adhesive to all of them at once. That makes it really easy to just kind of glue them down the way I had them. And then using my tweezers allows me to just poke them in underneath that photo. I'm going to go ahead and peel off the sticky to that and then add just a little bit of tape adhesive. And again, those hearts, I want to cover up that restaurant sign. And then this vase of flowers, even though they're black flowers, I just love how they look on this layout. So I'm going to adhere those down. And then one of the stickers actually says Love Potion, and that is just perfect. I just love just sitting there, and of course it gets on my husband's nerve, but I just love there just sitting there and looking at him, and it's almost like he has given me some sort of love elixir, I guess you could say. And so I'm going to add some 3D foam tape underneath that heart because it's only like half on that photo. So once that's done, there's just a couple of other pieces that I'm going to tuck in behind, and then I'm going to peel out or pull out the sticker sheet and then peel off some of these little hearts. Now there are various shades and colors of the hearts, and then I also wanted to add these little black stars. I love, my kids ask me all the time, what's your favorite color? Well, my favorite color is black, even though some consider it not a color, but I just love those pops of those black stars. And then of course we have to have some clear sparkles here and there, and I'm just trying to group those around the clusters of the stickers and the clusters of those little pattern frames that I cut from that patterned paper. So I'm going to finish that off, and then that is pretty much the layout. I'm going to bring in another one of our new products, which is our journaling strip stickers. Just cut that about 2 inches, and that's where I'm going to put the date. And then I remembered that I have this adorable coffee stamp set. And so there is a sentiment that says strong like my coffee, and I am going to put that right above that cutie sticker. That's what I love about stamps and stickers and mixing them. You get a lot of dimension, and then you also just get to kind of mix and match. So again, here's a look at a card made using those Irresistibles. And then here is a look and some close-ups of that layout. Now remember, I will leave all these products linked down below. If you liked what you saw, please leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and sign up for notifications so you won't miss another crafty video. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching.